For the
Action!
Whoa!
Ooh.
Everybody, aloha from CSL Kauai.
Welcome. I'm Rev Rita.
Reverend Patrick here.
Yes, and it's so wonderful to see everyone out here and to know that there's people out there watching too. So welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, where we do what? They don't know what we do here. That was a bunch of words that you probably couldn't hear, but it's one word, and that is that we are all divine. We are amazing. We are powerful. We are everything that the power and presence of God is. We are. And we live from that place, and that's what we come here to remember every Sunday, that we have that power within us to make our lives what we want to experience. Yes.
And I have 4 words for the people that are watching right now. If you're watching, push like, or I always put love, join, share, and subscribe. Can we say that together? Like, join, share, subscribe. That's right. Just starting you out with the test. But who is here for the very first time? I know somebody's here for the very first time.
No, not in this room.
Who hasn't been here in a very long time?
Gina.
There you go, there you go, there you go. Well, I know you're going to find this very hard to believe, but we know something about you, and we might want to share it with you. Shall we? Yes, I think so. You are magnificent. Yes.
Woo.
And how do we know that? Because we know it about ourselves. God meeting God, good meeting good. And there's some people online too.
Say it?
Yes.
I am magnificent.
Would you?
Stop micromanaging.
She's micromanaging. I've only been doing it for 8 years. But put your hand on your heart. I am magnificent. And I thought I would shake things up a little bit for you out there staring at us and eavesdropping. I know there's some new people out there as well, because you told me you were going to be there. So let's let them know who they are. You are magnificent. Now, I don't care what you do anymore. You either. Just somebody say who you are. You're magnificent. You two are always magnificent. You are magnificent. Kyle's magnificent for sure, and Louise.
All right. Kyle, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go for it.
Oh, don't pretend it's your first time. And now we have a beautiful opening song, don't we?
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. Simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings, or heaven's doors. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. We'll remember once we close our eyes See that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem, heaven's doors. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, it's Mother Earth, oh Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power. Sing along with me. One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power.
Thank you, Kyle Benz and Luis Padilla.
Yes.
Music by Daniel Nemad. Thank you. Yeah, what a perfect song.
Great job,
it's Global
guys.
Oneness Day today, so what a great song to sing on Global Oneness Day. Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah.
And now we want to invite up Reverend Diane, who will lead us in our time of contemplation and opening prayer. So you want me to light it?
So if
You
that
can
was
take-
beautiful,
and
you
take
could
the
like,
mic and
join,
take it
share,
over.
or subscribe. Thank you. Rob is very proud of me right now.
You ready? All right. Yeah, 2 minutes.
So let's just take a moment of silence to remember peace in our hearts. From this place of peaceful stillness, we remember the truth that God is all there is, that God is moving in and through all things. God is the power, the presence, the love, the peace, the unity of all things in our world, in our lives. Deep within every body is the power, the presence, and the love of God. Knowing this is true for myself, I know it is true for everyone within the sound of my voice, that each one of us is here by divine appointment to share in the blessing and inspiration of the world, to bring us together on Global Oneness Day to remember that we are all part of this same thing called life. Each one of us bringing our own beauty, our own love, our own joy to this thing called life is blessing us, is inspiring us to right action, is moving us to be creative in our own lives in a peaceful way. And so as each one of us shares our gifts, as each one of us shows up as the divine being that we are, I know that the world is uplifted, that peace is spreading out from us into the world, and that unity is the truth. Unity is appearing everywhere we look. Unity is the divine manifesting in every community. And so I give thanks for this day. I give thanks for this word. I give thanks for the way Spirit moves in and through me and each one of us in the amazing way it does. And with this gratitude welling in me, I allow it to spill out into the world. I allow it to spill out into every interaction with everyone I meet. I allow it to bless the world. And so the word is spoken now. The law of mind and spirit is in action, and I give thanks that it is done in this moment. Please join me if you agree with this word by saying, and so it is. Mahalo.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and true. As I continue walking here with you. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. And I am grateful every moment, every day. And I am kinder every moment, every day. And I am more loving every moment, every day.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you, Kyle and Louise. Thank you, Reverend Diane. And you're in the hot spot now. Still.
I'm up for it.
I know you are. I know you are.
Yeah, once
So-
you've dove in the water, it's perfect now. But I'm going to start the question out because the last time you were up here, you were talking about the job that you wanted and that you, instead of waiting for that, you said, I'm going to claim that for
I
myself.
called them and said I wanted the job.
Exactly. So update us.
I've been working there since October 1st. So,
Yeah.
yes.
It's called what? Treatment and manifestation?
Yes, absolutely.
And move your feet.
That's the gift of spiritual mind treatment for sure, is knowing that what you speak into, the power and the presence and the love of God, can't help but manifest in your life if you're there for it, if you're up for it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What
So
a great demonstration.
Tell us a
Thank
little bit
you.
about your garden, because this month is all about creativity.
Well,
so.
you know, most of my life I didn't think of myself as being a creative person because I didn't do art. I didn't paint. Why do I think that only people who paint are creative, right? Somewhere along the line I was told, probably told when I was 5 or something that I couldn't paint by somebody, But what I realized, today's reading in the Science of Mind text was to listen to the song of your heart, that it brings a glad life when you do. And what I've noticed is that the song of my heart is creating through cooking and creating through my garden. Bringing together the herbs that I grow in my garden, I grow medicine in my garden, and putting them together in a way that tastes delicious and heals my body is creative. And adjusting recipes for me and for my family, whether it's herbal or food, is very creative. And I do that every day. And I feel joy-filled when I spend the day in the garden or spend the day in the kitchen. It brings glad heart when you listen to the song of your heart. And so don't think you're not creative if you're following the song of your heart. And the other side of that is, if you're not living a glad life, follow the song of your heart, and you will find that gladness. So, yes, thank you very much.
So you're in a good example of the people like myself that call it art scars from childhood. And so thank you for the reminder that it is not about, whether or not you did that perfectly or who was sitting next to you in that desk that did this beautiful thing that you looked at and you said, wow, I could never do that.
Right.
And so you're a good example of letting go of the art scars.
Thank you. When I look out at this audience, the people that I know well, I know that you all are creative in your own way, and not that many of you are painters. A few of you are, but yeah. So we have seamstress and songstresses and all kinds of people out in the audience.
Well,
so.
the Sacred Journey people did a great job with the art this time. Yes, give yourselves
But basket weaving?
wow, how word travels fast. Thank you so much,
Thank
Reverend
you,
Diane.
Reverend Diane. All right. So, wait, Diane, come back. We didn't do the affirmation. We forgot it last week, too. So why don't you lead them in the affirmation?
Well, I'll read the affirmation once, and then if you'll join me by repeating it 3 times together. Where is it?
It's right here.
Where is it? I surrender to my divine creative nature. 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 And so it
And
is.
So it is.
Thank you again. All right.
Thank you, Reverend
Thank you. So I think we have a little music, don't we? Thank you, Kyle.
How you doing?
I have no idea what you're singing.
Well, I saw fireworks from the freeway. Behind closed eyes, I couldn't make them go away. 'Cause you were born on the 4th of July, freedom ring. Something on the surface that stings. I said, nah, something on the surface, well, it kinda makes me nervous. Who says that you deserve it? So what kind of God would serve this? We could cure this dirty old disease. If you got the poison, I got the remedy. The remedy is the experience. Is this a dangerous liaison? I say the comedy, is that as serious? This is a strange enough new play on words. I say the tragedy is how you're gonna spend the rest of your nights with the light on. So shine the light on all of your friends when it all amounts to nothing in the end. I won't worry my life away. Oh, no. I won't worry my life away. Oh, oh no. Well, I heard two men talking on the radio in a crossfire kind of reality show, uncovering ways to plan the next big attack. They were counting down the ways to stab the brother in the be right back after this. The unavoidable kiss with a minty fresh death breath that should outlast this catastrophe. Dance with me, cause if you got the poison, I got the remedy. The remedy is the experience. This is a dangerous liaison. I say the comedy is that it's serious. This is a strange enough new play on words. I say the tragedy is how you're gonna spend the rest of your nights with the light on. So shine a light on all of your friends when it all amounts to nothing in the eye. I won't worry my life away. Oh, no, no. 'Cause I won't worry my life away. No, no. The remedy is the experience. This is a dangerous liaison. I say the comedy is that it's serious. This is a strange enough new play on words. I say the tragedy is how you're gonna spend the rest of your nights with the light on. So shine a light on all of your friends when it all amounts to nothing in the eye. I won't worry my life away. Oh no, 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 not me, no. I won't worry my life away. Oh no, 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 no. I won't worry my life away. No, 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 no. I won't worry my life away. No, no. Oh man, that was a little high for me.
See, you know what songs to pick.
But I tried. I did my best.
No, it's awesome. Yeah.
Try to be creative. You know?
He texts me. I'm going to give it away. He texts me and he always goes, I don't have any songs this week. Do you have any suggestions? And I was so done with that. I just said, I trust you. I know you know exactly the right songs to pick. This is your gift. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I don't worry my life away. That is so powerful. And it is part of what I wanted to talk about because Florence Shin, who wrote The Game of Life, because our talk today is called The Game of Life, said if one asks for success and prepares for failure, he will get the situation he has prepared for. And I call that worry. When we do a treatment like Diane said, when we speak our word is powerful because it's coming from the divine within us and our connection with that and our expression of that. And when we speak our word, we have to trust that it plays out exactly in the right way in the perfect time. And it does. It does. Sometimes it's not in our time, like what we think in our mortal minds of what the right time is, or it doesn't even play out the way we think it's going to play out, but it always plays out in the perfect way. But if we don't trust it, then we start to worry and we start to prepare for failure. And that negates our treatment totally. It negates our treatment when we speak our word and then prepare for failure. And I think we can probably, most of us, identify with times that we do that. We say we want something and then we prepare for how it's not going to work out. And it's the game of life. So the game of life, Florence Shin said, many people consider life a battle. But it's not a battle. It's a game. It's a game, however, which cannot be played successfully without the knowledge of the rules, or what she calls and what I call spiritual laws. So if we were to look at life as a game, right? We're moving through life, we're expressing ourselves, we're wanting certain things, we desire things, we want to live more fully, we want to be healthy, we want to be all these things. We say we want it, but there's rules, there's laws that we have to follow. And we can't, it's like when we play a game. We can't play a game and not play by the rules. I'm not a big game player. Sorry, Lolita. But you are. All the game players are here. And you know that when you play a game, you have to learn the rules of the game, and then you can play the game successfully. There's other things too, but first you got to know the rules of the game. And we have a law that we live with. It's called the law of giving and receiving. What we put out comes back. We cannot escape this. So when we say we want a certain thing in our life, or we want to live a certain way, we can't say we want to be healthy and then go around telling everybody how sick we are, or how we can't be, how afraid we are of flu season. Or that's the opposite of what you're saying you're wanting. And I don't think we'd always consciously realize that we're doing that. We sometimes just think that's the way things are, or that's the way, everybody talks. Like, what would we talk about if we didn't talk about flu season or whatever, right? We'd be creative. That's what we'd be. We'd be excited about life. We'd be living our life from that place that Reverend Diane was talking about, of having fun and being creative and living our passions, right? So life is a game, and we have to play by that rule of giving and receiving. And also, when in a game, you have like skills, right? You have skills that you use. In life, you have skills that you lose. You have to learn the rules of the game, and you have to learn how to use your mind in the way the game is played, right? So in life, it's the same way. You have skills. You have spiritual skills that sometimes get left in the background because we worry about the 3D world so much that we're trying to figure things out from the 3D world instead of using our spiritual skills, which are really huge. One of the biggest ones is perception. We have a skill called perception, where we can look at something, a problem, a challenge, and change the way we look at it and change it. We can look at it and change it into an opportunity. For instance, let's say something happens in my life that's tragic. I can look at that and I can say, oh, that's tragic. I'm never going to get over that. I'm going to be mourning for the rest of my life. Or I could use that as a way to go deeper within, because I know that within myself, there's the answer to everything. And there is the answer to that, whatever that is. There is something within me that can meet that and deal with it and live through it and be greater because of it. But I can't do it if I keep saying the same thing over and over. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm never going to get over this. I'm so sad. Or any other thing. You can think of a million things. The other thing we have, the greatest one, well, they're all great, is our imagination. Yay, right? It's the most powerful. All the great scientists and mystics have said, use our imagination. But very few times, not very few times, sometimes we use it in the way I was saying to begin. We use it to worry. We create scenarios of what's the worst thing that could happen on this trip to see my family. And then you start imagining all the things instead of saying, well, what if I'm going to have a great trip to see my family? What if I'm going to get closer to everybody? What if I'm going to have perfect communication? Whatever it is. And we start to imagine that instead. These are so simple, and they are here. We don't have to go anywhere with them, and for them. We don't have to go to somebody else to get their imagination. We can get inspired by somebody. I got so inspired by Tony Bennett this week. I put it on my Facebook page because it was so exciting. How he started his career when he was 80. I think he came back in his career when he was 80 years old and had this amazing career because he looked at his career with the help of his son in a different way and was able to bridge everything together and make this gigantic comeback. And then he just recently, he has Alzheimer's apparently. Has anybody seen the Facebook post I put on? Go look at it. It's so inspiring. And this is the way the brain works. As soon as he starts to sing, he has total memory. So he gave a concert with Lady Gaga. It's the most, and he walked out on that stage and he just was Tony Bennett. He was Tony Bennett. And then when he walked, and he even recognized Lady Gaga when she came on, and then when it was over, he didn't remember it. But I don't know anything about that. I don't know about Alzheimer's. I don't know about it, but I know that there's something to be known about it, and maybe just changing our perception of all these different things, we can heal and we can change our lives and our ways of dealing with it. So, yeah, we can't step back far enough to really know, right? But we can use our imagination in greater, more amazing ways. And we have our intellect. You're all smart. You might not know you are, but like Diane told you, you were creative. You're also smart. We're all smart. But sometimes we don't act like we are. Sometimes we let other people think for us, or we let the powers that be think for us. Not that we're not supposed to follow rules and all of that, but we let them say what the way things are when we know better. If we know better, we know because we know from within here. So, thinking. Everybody's thinking, but not everybody's thinking. Everybody's thinking what's out there, and they're thinking from out there instead of thinking from within here. And we are very, very, very smart. We know, and now we're understanding, and we're going to be teaching a class in this, resilience from the heart. We know that our heart knows exactly what to do in every single solitary moment when we take the time to quiet ourselves and actually ask what am I supposed to be doing right now? And that brings up another thing that we have is our intuition, right? Because if we are thinking from the highest place and we're thinking from that place within and we're asking our heart what is the right thing to do right now, then what happens? We can tap into our intuition. Our intuition is not something that we just get to use like happenstance. It's always there for us. And I believe and know, and for myself and for all of us, that this time in our evolution, we're being asked to do that. We're being asked to use our intuition, to use our intellect, to perceive things differently, to use our imagination in greater ways. It's so amazing. And the game of life is so easy to play if we do it that way. It's the only time it becomes a battle is when we start fighting or start trying to make up our own rules, and we can't make up our own rules. There are rules. I don't want to call them rules. They're laws. There's laws of the game, and they're so simple. It's like what we think comes back to us, but not just what we think, what we continually think. And I'm going to bring this up because it's a big thing, and I hear it every day. Everybody tells me they cannot find a home on this island. I do not believe that that is the case. There is a home for everyone. But if we keep saying, I cannot find a home, then all we're going to do is create no home. And it's science. So, but the trick is, not trick, but is that we have to know it before it happens. It doesn't happen from the outside, and the game isn't played that way. It doesn't happen like it shows up, and then we get to say, oh, look, I believed that, and it showed up. Because more than likely, if it happens that way, it's not going to last very long. It's just going to dissipate because you don't have the belief underneath it to sustain it. So in order to play the game, we say it, and it sounds like kind of esoteric, but it's really true. Act as if is the truth. Act as if. I mean, Florence Shin says, if you want money, spend money. Yeah. She's proof. She's proof because she's proved it. She tells stories over and over again about all these different people and herself. And she's the reason I got my first house in Los Angeles was because of that book, Florence Shin. I don't even know if we have it in the bookstore, The Game of Life. But yeah, because you have to act as if, and you have to walk out as if. Does that mean you spend money you don't have? No. Credit cards, I'm not promoting credit cards. I'm saying that if you have $1 in your purse and you're afraid to spend it because you're afraid that dollar's not going to come back to you, then what are you doing? You're playing the game of life in the wrong way. And you're going to just get back more of that. I know it. I'm able to say this because I proved it over and over again. And I'm proving it now. I'm learning. Each moment I go deeper and I get more of it. I understand more of it. And then one of the other tools we have is belief. Well, there's no special order to these, but belief is everything. I mean, when Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you believe," and millions of other, mystics and have said that same thing. I know it sounds simple, but it is simple. So if you have a belief within you that's countering what you say you want, then the greater belief is the one that's playing out. And it's all about what's in your subconscious, right? They tell us that, although I'm tired of hearing about 95%. We were talking about that the other night. 95% of us is subconscious and 5% of us is conscious or whatever. But the 5% that's conscious gets to decide. It really does get to decide. The subconscious is just freewheeling. It's giving us whatever we give it. So, I mean, this is where spiritual mind treatment comes in, because it's a conscious way of directing our subconscious. And when there's stuff in there that's those niggly wigglies that are countering everything we say we want, if we can treat and continue to pour that into the subconscious, even when it's not showing up, continuing to pour it in, and then walking out, like treating, and like Diane, I'm using you a lot today, but you're a good example today. It's all right. With the job thing, she said she wanted that job. She didn't just say, "Oh, I want that job." She actually she did her treatment, then she moved her feet into action. So yeah, so treatment works, but it also works because we have to put it in action. But sometimes we don't trust our treatments. We don't trust the law because we're not really doing it. There's a power within us that's putting all the pieces together for us. And when we're intuiting that we should go make that phone call or whatever it is, and that's coming from that place, not from a place of fear, but from a place of this is what I want, this or better, we always say this or better, then we've made our treatment more powerful, because we're acting as if our treatment really is working, instead of doing our treatment and then worrying that it's not going to happen. Does this make sense? It's so logical, right? It's just so logical, and it's so easy. But it asks a great thing of us. It asks us to step out of the conditional world and step back into ourselves and into spirit and start living our life from there. Because we can't do it the opposite way. We like to try to, but we can't. And there's some people here. Come on in, sit down. I'm sure there's a chair for you. So I want to make sure I got them all. Decision, intellect, belief. Oh, vibration. I got to talk about that for 1 second, and then I'll close this out. But if we're doing all these other things, we're going to be vibrating at a higher level. I mean, I came in this morning and I was like vibrating really, really well. And I could see everything was vibrating back to me what I was vibrating. So when I'm down here, then that's what I get. It's what I get. It's the law of vibration. And so we get the opportunity. How do we raise our vibration? How do we do it? We all have our different ways, and it's not just about sitting, in your meditation and doing it. You got to be able to take it and walk out into the world with it, and look at the world, perceiving in a different way, and seeing and following your passions. If you're passionate about gardening, garden. If you're passionate about going out and eating, go out and eat. If you're passionate about being with your children, be with your children. If you're passionate about traveling, travel. If you're passionate, whatever you're passionate about, that's going to raise your vibrational level, right? So, it's so simple. It's so simple, guys. So why do we make it so difficult? I'll go back to the original quote. Many people consider life a battle, but it's not a battle, it's a game. It is a game, however, which cannot be played successfully without the knowledge of spiritual law. If we trust those laws, we are living our life knowing that those laws are true. Because sometimes I think We think they're not. We're doubting them. But if we really honestly look at our life, we will see that our life is exactly what we're thinking. But the good news is we get to change it. We don't have to be stuck with it. We get to change it in any single solitary moment. Karma, about living it over and over again, is our choice. We get to change how we think, how we vibrate, what we believe, all of these things, perceive, all of this stuff. We get to change it in any single solitary moment and get different results. So all I'm saying for myself and for all of us is, let's open up and see the more and know the more for ourselves. And this word, like that something's impossible, is not true. Everything is possible. And people before us and around us are proving this. We're proving it in every single solitary moment, that there's only possibility. But we have to be able to let go of the conditional world and all it's telling us and start new, right here and right now. We are waves and particles, and we are just manifesting in every single solitary moment. And I'm just going to tell you one quick little story because it was so funny. I was with Roseanne on Friday. We had this wonderful idea of going out for lunch and going to the Kauai pond garden. And she said, I want to take you in my electric car. And I said, okay. No, I'm not going to call. I'm going to tell the good part of the story. Because what's interesting about this story is that the night before, I had like a vision of us in her, she hadn't said it yet, of us in her electric car running out of electricity on Kauai Highway. I had that vision in my head. So when she said, let's take the electric car, I was like, oh, should we take the electric car? Okay, I said yes. And then as soon as I got into the car, she said, guess what? I forgot to charge the car. I won't say the whole story. And she said, but I think we have enough to get there and get back. And so, but I realized that this was in the field. This is what I'm talking about. It was a wave in the field, and I saw it. That's what our psychic ability is. We see it. We see what's happening. But we get the opportunity to shift it. I could just as easily have said, oh my God, we're going to run out of electricity, blah, 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 blah. But the whole way back, all I kept saying is, we're fine, Roseanne, we're just fine, we're fine. She kept saying, we're fine, we're fine. We kept looking at the thing, and the voice kept coming on going, you need to find a charging station right now. It was hysterical. But I just kept saying, it's fine. I have no desire to be stuck on Kauai Highway with as much as I love Roseanne, sitting there waiting for whatever to pick us up. I don't know what to do when you have an electric car and you're stuck without electricity. But what I'm trying to say is it was in the field, and because I shifted and we shifted, we could have just as easily gone the other way. If I truly believe what I'm saying up here, and I do truly believe it, and it immediately came back to me saying, oh, that's a perfect example of particle and wave, that until we anchor it, that it is only a possibility. And so it's a simple example, and it's not life-threatening or anything, but to me, it proves that idea, that we're particle and wave, and we get to anchor it. And so if we use our imagination in all kinds of ways, I say, let's use them. For the highest, let's charge. All right. That's all I have to say. Namaste. Sorry, Roseanne. She'll probably never take me out again, but it's
fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a place for you and me. Just wait and see. Another day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. You want the world to know. Won't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. Yes, the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Look around. If you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. Yes, the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Take a good look around. If you're feeling down, put a little love in your heart. And I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart. Yeah. Just put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. Put a little love in your heart. I know you got to do your talk. I don't want to stop. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Oh, put a little love in your. Yes.
I'm not going to take complete credit for it. Rita Googled it while we... She said, who did that? And I go, Google. Just Google. Oh, my gosh. I just love that. Thank you. I made me almost get up and dance. I'm surprised I didn't.
You should have.
Must be the art scars. Well, hi, y'all. Oh, my gosh. Great message today, Rev Rita. Thank you so much. So I won't have to do my first quote about the battle by Florence Scovel Shinn. Oh, no problem. But I do have a quote from Reverend James, if you met him when he was here and we brought him up. He said, is life living us or are we living life? And I went, thought-provoking. Yes. But I was thinking of games, the games people play. The games people play now, every day and every night now. Boy, there's a whole energy in here because we're the charging station. We're that electricity. We came here today because we're like, I need some more charge. Plug me in. That's the title of next week's talk. Plug me in, and if you're wondering, click, share, subscribe. What's the fourth one? Like, whatever. So anyway, I was thinking of, we had a little game night for Lolita because she loved playing games, and two thoughts came to mind. We always told Lolita, if you don't know who Lolita is, she's a founding member, and she's transitioned out of the body that we know, but she is very much still alive. And she is electrifying in this room. But anyway, she loved games, and all I can remember is always saying, Rita, Patrick, a game? Want to play a game? And then Rita and I, being the cruel, cruel people that we are, no, Lolita, I know you're busy. You're always busy. But we never really did. But I don't feel bad about it. But what I do wonder, no, I don't feel bad about that. But what I do want to know is how I identify with I don't play games, which is an absolute lie. Because I do like playing games once I play them. But if I don't play them, then I just say every time, oh, no, I don't play games. I don't play games. But anyway, so they had this little goodbye, hello, little game night. And the 5 people that were at this table, because one was an understudy, came in later. So there was 5. They're all here, but I won't be even looking at any of them at all. And so this is what I learned by the observer, because I didn't play. I just watched. And oh, what you can learn by watching. So I don't know, I might have to contradict a few things about this rules and law, because all 4 people at one time thought they had the rules. And you were not the one doing the right rules. And it's just like, wow. And they were laughing and competing and going, oh. And then they would say, well, if we were playing by my rules, then that wouldn't be occurring right now. But since we're not, and they were all very polite with one another. And then one was laughing, and then I could see and then the understudy came in because one left and joined another thing. And then she joyously walked into the game of life. And then they all started telling her what to do. Every move she made was absolutely looked upon. And she would say, I'll move that. No. Put it over here. No, it'll be too long if you put it there. I'm thinking, oh my God. So needless to say, the understudy who came in was just rattled. And I'm thinking to myself, how many times in life are we just rattled by everybody thinking that they have the rules? Right? Oh my God. So anyway, it went on. They had ice cream and they were still and looking at each other. And I was taking pictures of everybody's hands so that I could pass it around in case they needed to look at it. I think that's called cheating. But anyway, I had a blast not playing. So sometimes I like to play the game of life, and then sometimes I don't. Now, that just came out of absolutely nowhere. It was fun. But I have to say, it was just really wild to watch. We're just having fun. And the competitive is like, no, we're going to go to, yeah. And then I'm going, oh. And then they just laughed it off, had another drink, and it was all, had another whatever they were doing. So anyway, ice cream. But I digressed for a moment, but actually it was right on target, wasn't it? Because we all play that game of life and think that there's one rule, and each one of us wants to play that. And so there's a real give and take in life as far as I'm concerned when we're playing that game, that we can actually take a moment and say, look how they're playing that game. I wouldn't play it that way, but I also wouldn't tell them how to play it. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I go over to this side? But now I need to talk about something that just popped up yesterday, and I have just been, poor Reverend Rita, I have been throwing this metaphor out to her. And so, it's about the oyster. Oyster. How we shift over, right? I don't have to play the game like I was talking about that. I can go over and talk about an oyster. How many are familiar with the oyster and the pearl? The beautiful pearl. And I'm looking out right now at so many incredible pearls. This incredible pearl that is in the midst of it. So I got very interested in that whole idea of the oyster getting irritated and what comes from the irritation. So nobody in this room has ever been irritated, but I have found a poem, and not a quote, but an actual poem by my favorite author, unknown. And now I want you to pretend for a moment that you are children and that I'm reading you a story. There once was an oyster, whose story I tell, who found that some sand had got in its shell. It was only a grain, but it gave him great pain, for oysters have feelings, although they're so plain. Now, did he berate the harsh working of fate that had brought him to such a deplorable state? Did he curse the government, cry for an election, and claim the sea should have given him protection? No. He said to himself as he lay on a shell, since I can't remove it, I shall try to improve it. Since I cannot remove it, I shall try to improve it. Now the years have rolled around, as the years always do, and he came to his ultimate destiny stew. There's more. How easily they turn. And the small grain of sand that had bothered him so was a beautiful pearl, all richly aglow. Now the tale has a moral, for isn't it grand what an oyster can do with a morsel of sand? What couldn't we do if we'd only begin with some of the things that get under our skin? Thank you very much. I'm not just a pretty face. I want everyone to just, you're going to get it eventually. My God, within. This is incredible. And what it did for me was it made me aware of how the slightest little thing, and we sometimes give up. The moment it's uncomfortable. And what I like to think of this incredible, oh my God, what couldn't we do if we only begin with some of the things that get under our skin? That if we took that and said, what do I need to know? What is really happening here? They call it irritation. We call it divine discontent. We were meant to continually grow, to expand. We weren't meant ever, and define it how you want, to have a mediocre life. We were never meant to the moment that there's an irritation to stop and say, yeah, I tried. We do that with treatment sometimes. We go in there and we'll do a treatment and they'll walk out the door, right? And they'll go, nothing's happened. That's odd. I thought it was going to manifest immediately. Wow, the oyster, and that's what we are. That's what this teaching's about. That underneath it all, underneath all the stuff that we deem so irritating, all underneath it there is a pearl. And is that just a goody two-shoe way of looking at it? You're damn right. Yes. Because the other, when I'm thinking about only the irritation, there's nothing that's working. All I'm creating is more. So what gets under your skin? I'm thinking to myself, it's incredible that the little things that I think are so important, right? And half of them are made up because, you see somebody doing something or saying something and you're taking it all the way that you want to interpret it, right? Are we allowing the grains of sand to disrupt the pearl that lives within us? And I really took a very, very, very big look at that. And Pablo Picasso, for all you art people, he says, the meaning of life is to find your gift. That's that's the meaning. And then the purpose of life is to give it away. is to give it all away. That's how I want to live my life. What is Patrick's gift? I have very many, but what is that one gift? And I just want to give it. We would never worry about lack or anything if my only purpose was to give it away. Oh, but that's frightening, right? What if I give it away and there's no more? That's impossible. We are the very more. What if I give it away and they don't give it back? They're not supposed to. That's not why you give it. People talk about tithing. Oh, you know that word, the frightening word. 10%? Who made up 10%? I want to talk about tithing for just a second, because what happens is you're giving that out, and then we go, well, what happens if it doesn't come back, as Rita was saying? It's not a 401. It's not, because I have treated with people just sweating through tithing on the mainland. Nobody here. But just sweating about giving. And they'll go, I can't. I gave and nothing came back. It was supposed to be 10 times. I said, what do you mean? What kind of investment is I'm going to give it to you and I get 10 times back? What kind of bank is that? We already have it all. That's why I get to give it. And so this isn't a point about, how do you get more money? It's about how do you get more consciousness? The consciousness of an oyster that says, I'm really irritated right now. And I don't like it. And sometimes it's a shell or it's a parasite that gets, this is irritating. And sometimes irritation is good because it's waking you up. It's making you uncomfortable. Oh, uncomfortable. I don't like it. Do you? But boy, does it move me. And I'm going to tell you something. If it moves me to make a pearl, I'm even more excited about it. To play the game of life, we must first learn what kind of life we want to live. Whew. We think we know, don't we? Oprah Winfrey, you remember her? She said, out of all the years of her interviews, no matter how successful, no matter how famous, the question that always stumped 99% of the people is, what do you want? And you would think that they would have known because they were achieving it. But it's not an easy question. Really take a moment to ask yourself, what do you want? And I've got a whole list. I was telling Rita, I have a whole journal filled with what I want. But I have to know what I choose. Wanting and choosing are really two different things. Because I want a lot of things, but am I going to choose it? Will I have the audacity to claim it, as we do in treatment? Will I have the audacity to say, that's my home? Right? And we were talking about that, since I'm going to piggyback for a moment on the home thing. Let me talk about the homes, because I have had more calls. First of all, I love you, but we're not real estate agents. But there are plenty I don't know, we don't have, but we do have access to people. Put it up on the board. But let me tell you what you're going to do. If you need a home, anybody needs a home to live in, this is what we're going to do. And I gave this advice to a few people this week. Prepare. Prepare ye the way, as they said in Godspell. Prepare ye the way of the Lord, and guess what the Lord is? The law. Prepare ye the way of the law, because the law is going to open up all those doors. So what you do is you go, I have to be out in a few days, 5 days, a week, a month. Start packing with joy. Ooh. Go down to Target. Do you know they got a Target on the island now? Target, baby. So they got that. So you go down to Target and you start picking out stuff for your new home. But I don't have a new home, Reverend Patrick. Well, you ain't going to either if you keep thinking about not having a new home. Get down there, find just something little. Then I talked to someone, they said they were planning their Thanksgiving in their new home. Yeah, that's what you do. You plan for it. You don't have a relationship, not that anybody needs one in this room. You don't have a relationship, start moving the closets around, man. You got all your stuff. There ain't nobody coming in there with all your clothes. Make room on the bed. Stop sprawling. Make room. Make room. You want a relationship. Make room. Prepare. Prepare you. Did I just say that? Yes, I did online. I said that. And that goes for all of you too. Whatever it is we want, you want a business, start planning it. You want to be a singer, you want to be speaking international, go speak. Go stand on the corner if you have to. Speak. Prepare ye the way. And it starts opening up. And then your frequency starts opening up and you go, but this gets really scary. I'll do a treatment and they'll say, I need my rent by the first of the month. I don't have it. I go, yeah. Well, let's just prepare for when you do, write the check. You don't have to give it to them yet. Write the check. It seems so simple, doesn't it? I'm going to break some news to you. I hope this doesn't hurt anybody's feelings, but life was not meant to be difficult. Never was and never will be. Never. It was meant to be enjoyed, loved, and it is meant to have everything we want if you can accept it. If you can accept it. If you're ever wondering in the midst of this time that feels sometimes very pressured and very, I call it the 11th hour, you know that one? Oh, my God, I was the king. I ran the club, by the way, of the 11th hour, man. I just want to torture myself all the way to the very last minute so I can manifest it then. No! Manifest it now. This is a little something from Heart Resiliency. The adult heartbeat, you know how I did pregnancy a couple of weeks ago, but I thought I'd go somewhere else today. The adult heart beats an average of 101,000 times a day. Hold on. Circulating some 1,900 gallons of blood through 60,000 miles of arteries, blood vessels, and capillaries. Now, do you really think there's nothing you can't do? Do you really think that a house is difficult when you're, right now, as you're sitting there, 60,000 miles, you're pumping around, and you can't even see those 60,000 miles. Whew. Henry Ford, I'll end with him. Not that he's going to be the most popular spiritual mystic in the world, but he has some good things to say. He was the one that thought there would be a cool idea. Oh, it's always frightening to end on a metaphor of either sports or cars for me. But I'm going in because you know why? Because I got to show myself I can do it. So here's the Henry Ford had this idea of an 8-cylinder. Remember those? Yeah, and I guess they go into some kind of a block. Yeah, but anyway, so he told his engineers, this is what I want. And they said, Mr. Ford, that's impossible. He said, oh, no, I don't do impossible. As a matter of fact, it's been recommended to me by Napoleon Hill to go get your dictionary and find the impossible in the dictionary, then cut it out nicely so it never exists in your dictionary again. And so Henry Ford continues on. They came back 6 months later and they said, can't do. And he said, oh, yes, you will. I don't care how long it takes. They went back, came back in a year. I can't do it. He said, we don't do impossible. And this is what his quote is, I want it and I'll have it. Now, he didn't say I want it and I'll have it now or you're fired. He says, I don't care how long it takes you. I don't care how long it takes you, but I'm going to get what I want. Do you feel the power behind that? Not I'm going to get what I want at your expense. No, I'm going to get what I want. I'll pay you. I'll pay you for 5 years. But I'm going to get the little 8-cylinder car that I want to produce. Wow. Wow. The power in saying, I want it. I want it. I'm going to have it. That is very powerful. And then someone said to me yesterday, concerning a relationship problem, challenge, said, I don't want to end a relationship because it will be a failure. And I'm thinking to myself about failure. The only failure that we ever can have is by giving up. Especially giving up when we have an entire force, a whole charging center, Roseanne. A whole charging center. As a matter of fact, Roseanne, you could have actually have stuck your finger right there, and it would have, and you would have been charged up. I'm telling you, that's how powerful I believe you are. But good thing you had Rita, because she was powerful and got you home. Oh, they turn again. First of all, I just want to let you know, this is such a day and moment filled with joy as I'm looking out at you. No matter what we decide to do, we have it all. If you need a home, you have one. And the home starts right here in that heart. There is no one in this room that cannot have exactly what they choose to have. There's no one looking in right now that cannot have exactly what they want. That's who we are. That's who we are. And we will always be that. Do you believe me? Well, that's a good enough start, right? Or as we say in our sessions, in our beautiful times of spiritual mind treatment, when the person looks and says, you know, Patrick, I'm in such pain right now, I cannot believe that. And I say, well, you're in good hands because I can. Can you believe that I can? And the answer is yes. And so until you do, we're here for you. Namaste. Remembering all of that bed sprawling thing happening.
Good. All right. So this is our time to give back to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. Your donations, your tithes, whatever you want to call them, it doesn't matter. They are important. They help us to move our ministry forward, to move the center forward, to keep it going, to keep changing lives, keep assisting and helping. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And
who did we give out to this? We're a two-time. It's called two-time giving. You give, 10% goes back out into the island.
We had a lot of 10% to give. I think the Hindu monastery.
Domestic violence.
No, that was before. I don't know.
Anyway,
domestic violence, suicide prevention, Hindu monastery, child welfare services, all of these places that spiritually nourish our island and beyond. So thank you, thank you.
Card Playing Society.
Yes, yes. 10% of what you give goes out. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's have a song.
All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. It's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. It's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart. My gratitude goes out to everything near and far, and all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. It's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
Grateful for it all. Oh my goodness, the blessings are abounding in this room today. I can feel them. I know that they are blessed and multiplied, pressed down and overflowing as they go from each one of us out into the world. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Angela.
Oh, Angela, you're counting with them. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Just thought I'd tell you.
Thank you, Reverend Diane. Thank you, Angela. So, okay, so let's do our children first. And we actually have one here.
We do!
Hey! Hey, Natalie.
Don't you love it that we're all staring at you?
I know. Now we're going to stare at you and tell you who you are, right?
Ready?
You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. And we're so happy to see you. Yes.
We are very happy to see you. And just I'm going to add a little something, as I always do. But a couple of people have walked in that we did not get a chance to just say how magnificent you are. So if you were here for the first time, we recognize the shells. The shells, let them know who they are. You are magnificent. Yes.
Thank you.
So we got a few announcements.
Yes, we have a few announcements.
Look at this. You
yes,
are
we have T-shirts now, and they're also available online now, so you can get them online. And,
or you can get them with.
Or you can get them
with
in the
Roseanne.
bookstore. Yes, and we're going to order more because we sold a lot of them. So, in fact, we're going to start a whole "You Are Magnificent" line. We're getting mugs,
cups,
cups, all kinds of
keychains.
stuff. Yes, we're going to just do it. Let everybody know who they are. Okay, let me do these in order. All right, Tuesday night we have our Healing Circle with Maria Cristina. She's using all original music this time. Come in and just enjoy the meditation, enjoy the chamber of prayer, enjoy it. It will also be online, so you can enjoy it there. And that's Tuesday at 6:30. It lasts about an hour. And then on Friday, we have Spiritual Cinema, and we, for Halloween, are doing E.T. We just have to do E.T. We haven't seen it.
What is it?
I know. So come and join us for E.T. Yeah. And then on Saturday is Global Connection Saturday at 9 a.m.
Yes.
That means if you're online, not here, you can Zoom in, and we just have a wonderful discussion there based on a question.
And people in the room, too. The whole idea is that a lot of people are saying that they don't get to be in the room, so it'd be really nice to connect with the people that are here. So that means that you can go on Zoom so that they can feel that connection. And how you do that is you just contact.
And we'll send you the Zoom link.
And we'll send you the Zoom. I thought I heard a rooster.
Zoom link. Yeah, that's next Saturday at 9 a.m. Hawaii time, 12 noon Pacific time. All right, and then the other thing is, the workshop. So Resilience from the Heart, Greg Braden's book. We will be doing it on November 10th, 17th, and 23rd from 6 to 8. And it will also be live streamed, but you can sign up for that in the bookstore. And the book is coming. In fact, they told me they mailed it, but I know some of you already ordered it. But it is coming, supposedly this week, if you don't have the book. And I think that's it. And then Angela, if you're interested in volunteering to help her with hospitality. Is that what it is,
It's just
Angela?
a few. No, she's in there.
Right.
Yeah, all she needs is a little team afterwards. Ron is usually here, but Ron sometimes has to leave before the service is over to go to his job. So what we need is just somebody to help her clean up, so it's not her every Sunday. So that's what we need for right now.
There was something else important I was going to say, but I cannot remember what. Oh, that's what it is. Well, thank you for speaking up. Go ahead.
What?
Sometimes you have to ask for what you want. Thank you, Diane.
And what I want is for CSL to be a giving force in the community. This year, we're partnering with Toys for Tots to provide brand new toys for the children of Kauai. Last year, they served 3,000 children, and we're going to help with that this year. Beginning next week, you can bring unwrapped brand new toys to donate to Toys for Tots.
Unwrapped.
We'll be unwrapped, brand new. So we have 4 weeks to collect. They need to have everything by December 5th. So the next 4 weeks, you can bring them in, and we'll have a collection place in the front of the lobby to help the children that are on island experience a nicer Christmas than they might otherwise. So please join us in this outreach activity for CSL Kauai. And
I have a question.
Yes.
Are they? Is there an age range, or does it matter? Or
No.
okay,
It doesn't.
Gift certificates? Are they?
I think they're looking for toys.
Okay, they're looking for toys.
They're
All right.
looking for activities for young children all the way up to teenagers. So stretch your thinking about who might be in need on our island, and it's everybody, right? There are a lot of families out there. If they served 3,000 families last year, this year there are probably more impacts. So thank you very much for participating in that, and mahalo for staging it for our community.
Yeah,
Yes.
great.
Thank you,
That's
everybody.
awesome. Thank you.
And we also have a treatment box that's right outside by the door, and all that simply means is you just jot down if there's something that you would like some treatment for. We will be glad to do that for you. We have a practitioner team, and also Rev Diane, I almost said Rev D. Where's Charles? Rev D. she will be here today if something has come up, and we have and Rob is always available. We always forget about Rob sometimes as the practitioner because he's so busy with it. But now he's got his own office back there. So if you need something, you just go ahead and he'll do it. And this is not a session. This is just, I would like a treatment for this, and we'll do it, and bam, it's done. Okay?
All right. That's good. And
All right.
All right.
There we go.
Why is there something else?
We'll remember when we get home.
I know. I know what it is.
And then we'll call each one of you.
Next week is Halloween.
Halloween, that's right.
And we're going to have a lot of fun here next week.
Not that we didn't today.
So
but
if you feel comfortable wearing a costume, wear one. You can be as bizarre as you want to be.
Bob is pre-Halloween if you'll look over there at him.
I know. Yeah, and we're going to have crazy music, and we're going to just have a good time. And it's birthday Sunday, so we'll have cake, and it's going to be great.
Right.
Yeah. His birthday
Sunday. We're bringing it all back, people.
Yeah.
Oh, and one other last thing is that, oh boy, we have decided that we are no longer going to do reservations as we have known it to be. A year and a half, I think it's okay to not reserve. We know who you are. We know where you live. And we won't tell a soul.
But this will still be in place.
This is still in place the way we're
we're
doing
up
it
and
here.
around.
But we're going to step one step at a time. No more reservations.
And what we realize is we
Just
never
show
turn
up.
anybody away.
So all
we're
of
just
this
going to
is
know
just
the perfect
been
amount of people
wonderful.
are going to show up every Sunday. And as we progress through this, it'll just get better. We got to
We're
make
just
a change.
making our way home, baby. Making
Yeah.
our way home. Did I
Yeah.
say baby?
Yeah.
I did.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So close.
You ready? You two wonderful people.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast, be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. You can start speaking up, nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do, and they settle neath your skin, kept on the inside with no sunlight, sometimes a shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say, let the words fall out honestly. And I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say, and let the words fall out honestly. 'Cause I wanna see you be brave, I wanna see you, yeah, I just wanna see you, I just wanna see you, I wanna see you be brave. 'Cause everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy, falling for the fear and done some disappearing, bow down to the mighty. Don't run, stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brave is and say what you want to say, and let the words fall out honestly. I want to see you be brave with what you want to say, and let the words fall out honestly. I want to see you be brave, I want to see you, yeah, I just want to see you, I just want to see you. I want to see you be brave, I want to see you, yeah, I just want to see you, I just want to see you. I want to see you be brave.
You want to see me be brave? I'm going to go swimming right here and right now in a sea of gratitude for each and every one of these wonderful spiritual beings that I'm looking at in front of me, and that we are looking at in this beautiful, beautiful thing called live streaming out into the world. That's how infinite intelligence works. And as we continue in this place of gratitude, I thank Jonathan and our Rob for making this all so possible for us to hear us, to see us. And Roseanne back there in the bookstore. She's got T-shirts ready to go, books ready to go. And what I know right here and right now as I continue the sea of gratitude, I am so grateful for Reverend Diane and her courage to come up here and not only be interviewed, but give us that peace, that wonderful piece of good God through her spiritual mind treatment. And as I know and just absolutely filled with gratitude for our Angela, who has just been doing so much around here, down to counting our blessings right now in the back. And Charles who was here, and our wonderful, wonderful Ron Stover, who comes here in the morning, gets it all ready for us to enjoy, and the coffee brewing and all of that great. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for Peggy Jarre. I'm also so grateful for this beautiful, beautiful display from Kiana. It just allows us to just bathe in the harvest of fall, no matter where we are. And who also has the most beautiful matching clothes to go with it. So continuing in this gratitude of spirit, I just know that I'm grateful for it all. I am so grateful for this incredible, incredible being that I call a co-spiritual director and my wife and my friend. I am so grateful. And last but not least, I'm grateful for me. Because if I don't love myself, wow. So I'm just going to, if you're here for the first time, it's always like this, just to let you know. So I am so grateful for this entire planet, this whole global awareness that we are today. I am so grateful for these two over here that play this music and that just able to meet the challenge week after week. I am so grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to remember who I am. I am grateful for the opportunity to remember who each and every one of us is, and that is God. To be able to say that, I am God, we are all God, we are all one. And with that, I just say thank you. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. I get out of the way and let it be so, as together we say, and so it is.
Just say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. 'Cause honestly, I want to see you be brave. I want to see you. I just want to see you. I just want to see you, yeah. I want to see you be brave. I want to see you. I just want to see you. I just want to see you, yeah. I want to see you be brave. I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you, yeah. I just want to see you, yeah. I just want to see you. I just want to see you, yeah. I want to see you be brave. I want to see you. I just want to see you. I just want to see you, yeah. I want to see you be brave. I want to see you. I just want to see you. I just want to see you. I want to see you be brave.
Yeah, be brave. Woohoo! You are brave.